Sam, you turned pro under the Arnold Classic umbrella just 1 year ago. Fast forward, you're only 24 years old, and you're the most known, open, active bodybuilder in the world at age 24. And you just turned pro under the Arnold Classic umbrella just 1 year ago. You just competed in your second show that you improved. We're gonna talk a little bit about improvements, but is this something you reflect how big this really is in just 1 year? Like, how does that make you feel, by the way?
Yeah, no, it's definitely pretty surreal, but that's kind of the best thing about the Arnold, is they give the guy who won the Arnold Amateur the chance to come and actually get on stage with all of the highest, I'd say pretty much the best classic bodybuilders in the world. So you kind of get your work cut out for you. You know, we've all seen the photos. These guys are pretty big, but it's definitely fun to see how much room there is to improve. But I don't think it was incomparable. I mean, they were way bigger, but it's like, we both have arms, we both have a back, we both got pecs. So it's just cool to see.
You look great at Ohio, but here in the UK, you made a lot of adjustments, as we're gonna talk about. You came a little bit bigger or a little bit fuller. Your pose, guys, did you see the improvements in his posing? It was very improved, huh? It was phenomenal to see. And the tan was spot on, and the confidence was just so much better, so professional, and you looked so much better. And you actually went to 7th place. You moved up one spot. Very impressive. Talk to us a little bit. How did you make the adjustments from Ohio to here, and were you happy with the overall package?
Oh yeah, looking back, I was definitely happier finishing knowing I was a lot fuller. Because I mean, it's not all about size, especially for classic. Like open is where it's bigger is totally better. But for classic, you still want to come on stage and fill your frame. So I definitely did that this show a lot better. And I think I'm a little bit spoiled in kind of a good and a bad way, because I get the most feedback on social media about bodybuilding compared to everybody else. You know, I've seen all the photos of that initial quarter turn. You know, when you get that on your phone 24/7, it's pretty easy to make an adjustment and say, okay, I can listen to this. I can listen to this feedback. And that's kind of the whole point. I did the same thing for the amateur shows. First show, 2 weeks on my phone, flex your freaking legs. So for the next one, I got them flexed. So that's, I mean, I don't really see that as a problem, because it's just something to adjust and kind of correct going forward. So I made a big adjustment from the first show to the second show. Obviously, for the Columbus show, I was way bigger after a year off season. And then I was bigger in the UK show compared to Columbus. So it's like just an upward trajectory. And that's all I can ask for.
Well, can you talk to us a little bit about everything you do is original, and you're the only one doing it like in that type of way with this type of success, and you coach yourself, correct? How hard is it to coach yourself when you never competed before as a pro, and you're coaching yourself with so many eyes on you, and all the top pros, as you guys know, they have all these coaches with high experience, and you got all these millions of fans into you, every move you do. Talk to us why you want to coach yourself and put all the trust in yourself.
I think that's just kind of how I am anyway. I mean, let's be real. As much as we can have a bunch of guys around us hyping us up to work out and stick to our diet, it's, you know, the real battle is when it's just you. You just woke up, it's 2 in the morning, you're gonna go to your kitchen. Ooh, do I wanna have cheese toast right now? Do I wanna have some crackers? Do I wanna eat some ice cream? Like, the real battle of it is just individual anyway. And if you know anything about social media, there's a ton of bodybuilding / coach drama. I don't want any drama. Like, I want to just stick to myself, and then, you know, that comes with its own benefit and potential drawback. If I came on stage and I looked like total trash, I couldn't say, oh, my coach screwed me. It was my coach's fault. Like, it's pretty much all me. And I'm cool with that, because then if I show up and I look pretty good for me, I'm like, yeah, I did it. Very nice.
Did you ever think this would happen like this? The popularity and being a role model for bodybuilding, because you are a bodybuilder. That's how I got to know you. through bodybuilding. There was no gimmicks. There was no weird Instagram edited pictures. It was you training, eating, bodybuilding. But now you are the bodybuilding hero at only 24. Did you ever thought that this could happen that fast?
Oh, basically never. I never would have expected, if you went back 3 years in time, I never would have expected any of this. Before I posted anything, my plan was always to get this big anyway, just because I wanted to. Like I used to watch Callum von Moger videos. You know, the guy's like 240, he's benching 315 in Gold's Venice, and he's super funny. I'm like, ah, that's the coolest stuff ever. I just want to do that because it's cool on its own. So it's, you know, I think even if I never posted anything, I'd still be this big. I definitely wouldn't be sitting in front of everybody here. But in terms of my mindset, when I started making videos, I was a little bit of a social media hater because I feel like a lot of the times, if you took the camera away, some of these guys wouldn't even work out. All they want to do is get this validation from their phone that they're actually doing it. I mean, I've seen it. A guy will put his tripod up, he'll do a set, oh, he looks like he's freaking killing it. He hits record off, he's done with it. Posts it, leaves, moves on to a different movement. I mean, it's just terrible. I hope that I don't get put in that same kind of category because I just want to keep it basic, you know? So I saw there's a little bit of a hole. It's like everybody's talking about the gym, but nobody's just keeping it simple, doing basic gym training, like keeping it about the gym. So that's what I wanted to do. And then now it's wild how far it's grown.
Well, I think everyone can see how you're training and the level of density. And you guys saw him yesterday. There was a lot of density to be 24, wasn't it? Yeah, well, it's really incredible. You have a lot of thickness for that age. This is rare. So it's not all about just the shape, structure. It's also about that density. And to have that at age 24, that shows you that you're really killing it in the gym. So it's very impressive, to be honest.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is really impressive. What's also very impressive is when you watch your YouTube, when some people blow up, like you're the biggest name in bodybuilding right now, they stop some of the things that made them popular in the beginning. Your YouTube, your daily reaction with the fans. Yeah, you don't just do an Instagram story. You do a YouTube every day, even though you're at this level. Talk to us a little bit. How did you become so consistent with it? And for people to learn, to stay consistent with the things that make you who you are. Like, you're still doing it. Talk to us a little bit about that.
A lot of the times when I'm, especially when I'm sitting talking in the car, you know, I'll say, oh, it's all about the consistency, keep doing this thing every day. And usually I'm talking about the gym, but really I feel like it applies to everything. You know, I think a lot of people here are wanting to coincide their lifting journey with like a social media page too. You want to show it off, right? And you know, maybe next year you could be up on a stage like this at an expo. It's like you never know how quick it could happen. But I like to think of it the very same way. You know, one workout isn't really going to do jack. If I went back in time and picked 10 workouts out of my whole career and just like made them disappear, I'd be as big as I am right now. So one's basically insignificant. So the same thing with, you know, making a little video or a post. Like one every now and again isn't really going to help. You just got to keep kind of doing it. I've seen guys who've been posting stuff for years, and only just in the last few months have I seen their numbers just kind of like start to climb. So to put a little bit of a social media hat on, it's the same as the training. Just keep doing it, and then you'll get results. If you keep dieting, you'll eventually see a bicep vein. If you keep bulking, eventually you'll see the scale go up. You'll get a bit stronger. I think consistency is just definitely, you know, a big component of a lot of the success that we see at these expos.
Is this motivation or is it discipline you have to be able to do this so much?
A little bit of both, but I think I'm very spoiled with the gym just because I really like it. Like sometimes I feel a little bit strange answering a question where someone might say, like, how do you keep showing up? Like, how do you go and, you know, hit a really hard lift every day back to back? And I'm just kind of excited to do it. Like, I want to do it. It's fun. So there's certainly days where something's a little off. I'm a little sick. Maybe a scheduling issue became a little bit of a challenge. You know, those are the days where I know, fast forward, I'm going to feel better if I did it. You know, if you've ever watched, there's a few videos where I'll say, like, okay, I'm about to travel. I stayed up too late. I don't really feel like doing this leg day. But at the end of it, I can kind of sit in the car and say, oh my God, that was crazy. I'm glad I did it though, so now let's go do the rest of my thing. So it's kind of like fast forwarding and thinking about your future self. Are you gonna regret slacking off right now? In the moment, it might feel sweet. In the moment, you might think, I should get a Caniac combo right now, and I should pull into Wendy's, and I should just take a nap instead of training. But if you fast forward a week, you're probably gonna regret it.
This season is not over for you, correct? Is it off season now?
Yeah, now I'd say it's pretty much time to grow.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about that. Are you excited to get stronger again, eat more food? Do you enjoy the off season more than the prep season?
Yeah, I think I definitely do. The way that I do it is I essentially diet and bulk to the point that I'm ready to be done with it. So at this point, it's been almost 6 months of dieting. I'm ready to eat. So I'm ready to start eating and growing and bulking up. So that's kind of the plan. I'm not gonna go completely insane because I just dieted for 6 months to get this lean. I don't wanna undo it in 2 weeks, which I probably could if I ate a whole bunch of junk. So I'm gonna ease into it kind of slowly. But yeah, when you're fully fed and carved up, the training is a lot more fun. Like I feel like I've got a rev limiter right now because I've been on such a steep deficit. Like I'd love to throw around 3 plates on incline bench, but I gotta work my way back to it. So I'd say fast forward 2 months, I should be at full speed, squatting 500. It'll be crazy. And that's the fun part for me.
Squatting 500 at 24, it's impressive, yeah? Definitely. So any shows planned for next year? Will we see you at the Arnold Classic next year? Where will we see you next year if you're planning on competing next year?
Well, there'd be no guarantee about the Arnold Classic because the only reason I got to do it this year was because I got an invitation from winning the Arnold Amateur. So, we'd have to see what would happen. But really my plan is just to grow into a competitive pro. I took this from Rich Piana. If you've ever watched a Bigger by the Day video, you know that every so often he drops some pretty substantial wisdom. I wouldn't recommend you listen to everything that Rich has ever done, but there are points that are very valid. And the way that he talked about competing was, what's the point doing 5 different shows in a row, and maybe you're not as big as you want to be, because you're not going to place as well as you want, and you're never going to progress because you've been dieting. I'm not bigger than I am 6 months ago when I started dieting. Like I've kind of paused my progress. So the way I look at it is, I can take a year, I can take 2 years, bulk up, guide down, grow, fill my frame, and then do my first amateur show, second amateur show, turn pro. Okay, perfect. So I lined that up very well. So I was at the top of the amateur league, and now I'm at the lower end of the pro league. So now I'm just right back where I started. I'm gonna start growing again, fill out my frame a little bit more. I mean, we saw how much bigger Wesley and Mike were compared to me. I mean, really everybody else. They're all just like 5 years older. So I've got some time on my hands to grow. And then once I'm a bit bigger, it'll be time for a bigger show. So when that'll be, I can't say for sure. But I'll definitely be substantially larger than this month.
How does it feel to be with those top guys that you probably read about in the magazines or on more for you, YouTube, right in next to guys like Mike and Vissers, with so many eyes on you? And the Arnold Classic gives a free live stream, so the whole world is watching, and so many clips, and you're standing with the best of the best right away. How does that make you feel? Is that pressure? Is it fun? How does that make you feel?
It's definitely more fun than pressure, because at this point, I'm kind of used to having a lot of eyes on me. I'm used to getting a lot of criticism. It kind of just comes with the territory. But it is very insane just knowing that I get to stand up here with them. Like when I was 16 or 17 years old, I remember I watched a Wesley Vissers shoulder video before I didn't even know who Wesley was. I was just watching the video freaking not 10 years ago, but 8, 9 years ago.